That's just sports, baby.
Crowd goes wild. Strawberry ice, bringing fire and style. Reds, Bengals, Bearcats, all in my zone. This is my stage, my mic, my throne. Boom, like a hammer, I'm breaking the game. Strawberry ice, you're gonna know my name. Sports Talk Thunder, hear the podcast roar. Cincy Fine is kicking down the door. Step into the ring where the passion ignites. Talking sports all day and all night. From the field to the court to the roaring stands. Strawberry ice with the world in my hands. Boom, like a hammer, I'm breaking the game. Strawberry ice, you're gonna know my name. Sports Talk Thunder, hear the podcast roar. Cincy's Fine is kicking down the door.
Guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, man, Jeff Trenopole, and as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio. And as always, I'm coming to you live from that ice cave.
All right, shout out to my sponsors. They are Priority Lawn and Landscaping for all your lawn and landscaping needs. You need your grass cut, you need your shrubbery trimmed, I don't know, you need a paper patio, you need anything, I mean anything. Landscaping requires. Think Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Also, shout out to T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And of course, Meyer Window, Door, and More. I got it in my house. I highly recommend you get them in yours. They're energy efficient, great looking windows, easy to clean. Meyer Window, Door, and More. Their website is MeyerCincinnati.com. And also, shout out to my favorite brewery, Moorline Lager House. Get on down there, get you some delicious Moorline beer, some delicious Moorline food. And tell them I sent you. Moorline Lager House.
That's right. We had a great time at the Moorline Lager House this past weekend. So, if you guys show up for the next home game, it is in the big tent. I have a stage there. There's a big TV. It's awesome. We're giving away Best Day Brewery. It is a great, great time. So, we're not in the beer garden. It's in the big giant tent out in the grassy area. Hopefully, I have some signs and stuff this week to show you where it's at. But what is up to everybody? What's up to the chat? We've got, let's roll back up here. We've got Stranger in there, Cryptic Keeper's in there, Ronnie's in there, Paul's in there, Tony Blazin, Cornell, Brooksy's in there, and Fro. What is up to everybody? All right. It is official. Jackpot Joey is back, baby. He is starting Thursday night. Now, the question everybody says, why? Well, for me, the reason is, well, twofold. One, if Joe played Sunday, we would have won, I think. But I still think he should have played Sunday and then tried to play again Thursday. That's too short of a time to come back your first game back. Two, he should play because we need to find out if Joe Burrow is Joe Burrow. You know, don't let him sit the whole year. And then we got to go through the whole offseason. well, Joe didn't play the rest of the season. How's his toe going to be? How's this going to be? How's that going to be? And I came back from Bengals Now. That's why I'm doing the show later tonight, because I was on Bengals Now earlier today. And I got to ask Mike Gesicki this. I said, what does this mean for the team, for the locker room, for Joe Burrow coming back when he's coming back way earlier than anybody expected him to come back? And he said it means a lot. You know, he's the franchise. He's one of the best players in football. For him to put that effort in there to come back, to fight to come back, to help his teammates, help his brothers out. That's what teammates do. That's what you're there for. That's what Joe's there to do, is play football. Letting him sit. And the other thing, what does that tell other Bengals players who are trying, like T. Higgins? T. Higgins is going to be out. He's got a concussion. Well, maybe I shouldn't come back and play. You know, I don't feel so good. Nah, bump that. You play. You play for the name on the front of your jersey. You play for that city. You play for your teammates. That's what football players do. And by the way, I don't know of another job where, you know what? We're going to pay you just to stay at home. So all that is why Joe Burrow's playing. Now, am I saying he's going to play every single game? No, I don't know if he's going to or not. We'll see. I mean, they could reel off 6 wins in a row like they did last year. It wouldn't be shocking with Joe Burrow as your quarterback. I'm not saying they're going to, but they could. We'll see what happens. Either way, Joe Burrow's playing. And you can't play football scared. I'm so tired of this. What if he gets hurt? What if he gets hurt in the first game next year? It's football. It can happen. Anyway, with that all being said, let's get to my co-host who's here every Monday night. And the man stepped up, and I talked to him Sunday. I said, hey, can we do it Monday? Because I'm on vacation this week, so I can stay up a little later, and I want to go to Bengals now. And Cap's like, sure, absolutely, no problem. Do it whenever you want. So that's a true friend right there. He is the 2024 co-fan of the year. He is Bengals Captain. What's up, Cap? How are you, sir? Oh, you're muted. I can't hear you. Hold on. Okay, hold on. This is it. Okay. We're waiting for Cap. Nope, no mic. Nope, still can't hear you. I see he said Who Dey right there. See, he typed it. Who Dey. What's up, Cornell? How you doing there? See, Cornell seems saying hi to Cap. Yeah. Best defensive effort all year long. I agree there, Crip. That is the best defensive effort all year long. That goal line stand was awesome. Do I think the defense is playing better? Yes. Do they still need to draft better? Yes. Is there still changes needed to be made in the front office? Yes. So don't get me wrong. Like I said, I think there's a chance. They read off 6 in a row last year. They could do it. I think they're winning Thursday. I'm telling you that. Just, Stone, and he has been run through the mud and by all his own doing, because he has not played very well, not many tackles, yada, yada, yada. He got the pick 6. But if you listen to him on Fox 19, he's ready to go Thursday.
Oh, no.
Hey, there he is. I can hear you now.
I have no idea what that was. Not that I have much of a voice, but
yeah.
Ooh. Man, we almost had it, dude.
All right, so I want to get into this with you real quick, and we kind of talked about it yesterday. How the hell are they not going to throw a flag, at least 2 flags at the end of that game? How? Tell me how, Cap. Tell me how. Why do they throw flags there?
This whole social media thing, I don't know. If I wanted to do it, like if I wanted that to be a thing, maybe it'd be easier. But like I don't want to go online. I don't want to go on. I've been gone most of the day. Work's crazy right now. But
oh yeah,
I didn't want to say.
We do later.
I didn't want to say much because all the shitty people. The irony of me complaining about horrible officiating. When my dinner sucks, I'm going to say this dinner sucked. If I order a $200 steak rare and they come back medium, I'm going to say like, hey, you got the temperature wrong. I'm going to call it out. Yeah. And I've never had a waiter say, oh, quit crying about it. For whatever reason, we can't call out referees and just blatant misses. Or else you're crying.
Back to back at the end of the game. Blatant. Not even close. I mean,
Honcho on Twitter had the perfect quote. I retweeted it because he's like, oh, so if that's not a penalty, then the DPI against us and the Chiefs last year isn't one either.
Right, exactly.
I'm like, that is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh yeah, absolutely. Now again, people are weird. I go online during the game sometimes to ask. Now, I can't just say what it is I think. I've got to be like, can you guys help me understand? What did you see? Just because people get freaking weird, when reality, hey, like, and again, chat, everybody in here, freaking awesome.
Oh,
they're never the ones that are
chat
like,
around.
Like, man, it's obviously a DPI. Like, or what are you? Like, you know what? We had new seats, and I think we're staying there
Well, that's
forever
what
now.
well, Chop said that they lost because you weren't in your regular seat. So Chop's blaming you.
Well, no,
That's
I
because
can,
I even texted you during the game. I said, "Are you here?" And then, so full disclosure, I had to move seats because people were leaving the game. There was this obnoxious New England fan behind me, and this dude is acting like they are kicking our ass all over the place. I'm like, dude, you're barely winning.
they got lucky.
I'm like, oh, he said, we're gonna be a number one seed. We're gonna go to Super Bowl. I'm like, and then this, then he goes, well, May's better than Joe Burrow. I'm like, are you kidding me? Oh, he can run faster than him. Joe Burrow can't run. Did you not see him run the touchdown in New York last year? Like, what? And okay, this is a stupid conversation. Like, I have to leave, or I'm going to lose my seats. He was driving me freaking insane. I'm like, just look, welcome to Cincinnati. Shut the hell up and enjoy the game. You're winning. Congratulations. You don't have to be an asshole the entire time. He said, I'm not talking to you. He goes, I'm not talking to you. I said, but you're saying it loud enough so everybody around you can hear you. So you're trying to piss us off. So, which it worked. He pissed me off. I had to leave. So anyway, so I moved over to close to where I used to be. Then I saw you. I'm like, oh, there's Cap. You guys in the other seats. I didn't know you were there.
Yeah. It's funny because so honestly, the big deal was, man, the tickets just were not. I couldn't find people for tickets.
Yeah.
No one wants to feel cheated on in life on anything. Like Kevin, that's great. Hey, you want to if Chop really wants to, if you want me to piss him off, that was the third game in a row that I wore the Flacco jersey.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Foxy was pointing that out at the end of the game in the parking lot.
Yeah, we won when it was in the package, and I asked, should I leave it in the package? And a lot of people said, yeah.
Yeah, you should
have
left it. You should have left it.
I mean, honestly, in the end, it doesn't matter. That I know. I'm not superstitious.
I'm not superstitious. I'm stish. I'm not superstitious.
Yeah. You know, mildly stitious.
Mildly.
I think about it, but then I realize this jersey doesn't have any impact in it. But you know what? I'm sorry. The refs took that from us. Whether
it was blatant.
The haters, the self-hating Bengals fans don't want to hear it. They want to complain about all the bad things, which, I mean, yeah, you look at the stats that the Patriots rung up. They put up some numbers.
Yeah, but not that many. The defense actually played well enough to win. Oh yeah,
we played well enough to win, even with Flacco once again having a rough game. He was the second from the bottom in PFF grades.
The pick six. I mean, he even knew it. It's like, how did you not see that guy? Then he threw one in triple coverage that luckily nobody caught. And I'm going, oh my God. Like, Joe Flacco, what are you doing, man? You're killing me here, bro. He's done a great job. He's done awesome. He's just kind of turned back into a pumpkin.
Well, I'm not going to say pumpkin. Yeah, Dark Knight, good call. Yeah, Flacco still hurt. I saw him rubbing the shoulder again.
Yep.
So the fact that he's gotten it out, that the little attempted throw out the flat, I'm thinking that's vision. That's not seeing.
He didn't see him coming.
Maybe he throws a heater. Ellie De La Cruz to first. Right. And the defender doesn't even have a chance if his shoulder was 100% healthy.
That's a good point. It might get there. He used to be able to get the ball there, and he couldn't.
Yeah. Even if it was just a bad decision, hey, I'll say after the game, I got an opportunity to thank him. I just thanked him. That's all.
He's awesome.
Because what he's done to come in and lift everybody's spirits, he can't do anything about the defense.
No.
And two rough games, two what I would say is like backup quarterback like games in a row. Man, I'm not worried about it.
So-
Yes, better QB play, we would have won, but still, if you throw the flag like you should have thrown the flag, and there were all kinds of stuff that they missed. I appreciate the people who, I was worried about some of the calls against us, and somebody's like, yeah, it kind of. I don't understand the long kick return. And what was it? Near the end of the half?
Yeah, Chuck. Yeah.
Somebody said, well, yeah, he had jersey. Like that, everyone, that's how you block. You grab jersey.
It was
as long as it's to the front and a little
it was the
to
first
side.
block. It was the first block.
But when Charlie ran by, what we saw in the stadium was he let go. That was a ticky-tack call there. There were a lot of those, but at the end, 9-8 division win.
See, that's where I'm like, it could.
Oh
like,
my God.
It could. That's where I'm like, it could. I'm like, I'm not
crazy
disagreeing
thing.
with this. I'm like, it could.
I also had an opportunity to talk to an offensive line expert last night. Just talking about the fact that the funny thing is, Bengals offensive lineman, y'all have heard it. It's funny because I don't hear it on any other shows. I hear it here on Strawberry Ice. But we need time to gel. We need time to gel.
Yeah.
I've said it a million times.
Rivers didn't play yesterday. They had Dalton Reiser. Yeah, Dalton Reiser was in yesterday. So that would be to the gelling point. Would be nice if they could figure out who is going to be the right guard. I'm hoping it's Rivers for future wise, but
still, Dalton's got that experience.
Oh, he does.
They've had snaps with Dalton, and things are coming together. Yeah. Joe Goodberry yesterday posted something to the effect that we're seeing the lowest sack rate per pass since 2014. That includes 2015 when we had that amazing line. We're seeing a lower sack rate.
Yes, it's
2015.
That is the biggest problem is we don't get pressure on the quarterback. Now, one thing I want to say,
no. Against us, it's a good thing.
Oh, it's a good thing. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
I understand.
It's like this offensive line. Once again, give it time. Give them time. It's coming together. Now, there's some goofy penalties. Ricky's got goofy penalties. Somebody mentioned something. You see some of the pregame, and it's funny. I see a lot of the elastic band usage pregame with the linemen, and yes, pork chop. Appreciate Joe Flacco. Yep, absolutely. He's done great things for us, but somebody pointed out that that elastic band usage and stuff like that's new. And I gave it a little bit of thought. Like I hope they're still sticking with fundamentals. Like blocking in the NFL has not necessarily changed a whole lot. Like muscle cues and how to explain it, how to communicate it, how to teach some of the more advanced techniques, what to look for. That can be different, but you got to stick to the core.
Yeah, I'll put Tony Blazes up here. Crazy thing, I had some Pitchers fan talking some S. They got real nervous at the fourth quarter at the end, and they knew they were close to losing. They got real quiet. Well, I moved by then because this dude was driving me nuts. When he had the band came close to winning. It was like I moved over, and then Greg, Big Savage, came over and found me, and me and him stood there and watched the rest of the game. And I'm like, that was, dude. I thought we were gonna. I was hoping we were gonna pull it out. I'm like, the way this season has gone, I'm like, we might not. But one thing I will say that Cap, you brought up at the end of the game when we were in the parking lot talking, and I agree with you. And I called the Bengals out from this for the Steelers. That I did not like the effort that I saw in Pittsburgh. I didn't. I thought some guys didn't give full effort. Yesterday, abso-freaking-lutely. Everybody was pulling on the rope the same direction. Every single one of those guys were trying to win that game. So this whole thing where Zach's lost the locker room, blah, blah, blah. Nope.
Everybody in chat.
They're back.
Everybody in chat, you can be smarter than everyone else that's complaining. But I said that after the game. Like we were without Burrow, we're without Chase. We were missing T, and man, I hope he gets better because that scared the hell out of me. And
that was right in front of us. I know you were closer. That was right in front of us. See? And he didn't move.
When during the most important drive, we were missing stars left and right.
Oh yeah,
and we came within two
passes,
penalties that should have been called from winning that game. So the reason why I said that wasn't to try to put on orange colored glasses or say, hey guys, we're gonna do it. We're going to do it. It's not over yet. The season really is not over yet. But I mean, I got nice. There you go.
Let's go. I got him on.
I said that because of what you just said. The people are like, oh, the locker room's lost. They've given up on the coaching staff. They almost beat the best team in the AFC. And you can talk about who the Patriots have played and whatever, but they deserve to win that game, despite the ugliness, despite the injuries, despite everything. They played well enough to win that game.
They did,
and they fought to the very freaking end.
And that's where I'm rolling back from what I said, because I called them out. I'm like, look, they didn't look. I saw guys not giving effort against the Steelers. I don't know why, but I did. I saw too many. I saw more tackles. We still had missed tackles yesterday, but they were that. I said
tackling improved a lot though.
That goal line stand, they had eight chances. I think I'm around 8. Eight chances from the goal line, and the Bengals stopped every single one of them. If you don't think that team is bought in and still fighting, then you don't watch football, because 8 chances from the goal line, first and goal, and they stopped every single one of them.
Like, listen, you can hate whoever, hate them, hate Zach, hate Pitch, hate Al, hate whoever. You've got to admit the truth though. And what Ice just said is a truth.
Yeah.
They didn't give up. Like there is to especially the penalty, which I think from my seats it was BS. So they got a free. Everyone around us agreed to. You're like, okay, we're on the we're on the 8th down, because it was BS.
Right, it was.
You don't get that unless the guys are still fighting. And I'll admit, I mean, my demeanor is a little different, not just because it's 8 o'clock. It's tough because it hurts. Like I gave everything. My voice is a little rough. Man, so it was one of the most fun times that I've had in a long time, though. I
want to tell you. So not all the Patriots fans were bad. There was a guy in front of us where I normally sit, and he was like, he was partying all weekend. He's like, man, I can't hang with Cincinnati people. It's like, all right, he's hanging out with Bengal Trailer and those guys. And Bengal Trailer is an awesome tailgate. If you ever
love them,
want to go get a gas hand to the face, go there. It's an awesome time. But he's like, we're all in the background going, oh, and he's like, what is that? I said, what do you mean? He goes, what is that? Oh, I'm like, what we do on defense. He goes, the whole time? I'm like, yeah. He goes, we don't do that in Boston. I was like, you don't cheer on defense? He goes, no. I was like, what do you do? He goes, sit there and watch the game. I'm like, well, we do that around here. So like, we cheer a lot.
That is a good example. Again, I'm a little bitter, but some of the dumbasses that try to harass me and the wife during a game. And again, it's like, all rooted from the same source, and it's like 4 or 5 people. That's it out of 60,000. I mean, I lost count of the number of photos that I took. Good fans having a good time, but this whole standing the entire game. And I had great seats to see my old section. The first like 10 rows, pretty much 8 rows, 10 rows seated most of the game. Big moments on third down. Look over, seated. Now that sideline, a lot of people sit, and in the section we were in, there are a lot of people sitting because there are a lot of families of players.
156, nobody sits. I'll tell you that. This is my first year in 156. So the only time I sat, because I was wore out, and that was in commercials or
first couple
timeouts.
rows sit.
I sat. That's the only time I sat. The plays going on, I was up. I stood up the whole time.
You had now the first couple of rows of 156 sit.
No, I'm not that close. I'm row 26,
which is funny. Like drunk dude that was going off, like he's standing because people in front of him are standing. He's never standing because when people are sitting, he's standing because they stood in front. Like he doesn't have a choice. Like exactly. Like come on, dude, come on. Now hey, I'm like I don't know how the section's going to be, but we're gonna do us. We'll sit on offense. Obviously big play happens, get me out of my seat. Like, but we're going to be up on defense the entire time. And looking around me, I'm like, that is not normal for this section. And where I'm sitting, row 2 again. I'm like, well, I don't care. Like maybe I can inspire some people to stand up.
Maybe need your help.
The craziest thing. Around me in 158, people started doing that. And again, you and I have talked about it. It's like, the chant of defense, there's a lot of quiet. No. Carry a note. Like you said. Yeah.
It's like that. You don't have to be that loud.
Just for example, you do it and I'll do it. Do it. Sorry if we blew anybody's ears out, but you get thousands of people doing that. It just drones like KC. That's what KC does.
Yep.
So the people around me 158 would do that. And it's fun when somebody's like matching your tone and it's like, oh man, because you can't hear anything other than that. I'm yelling and no one around me is yelling. I'm getting looked at. I don't like just like people are staring. Like, hey,
why is he yelling? Would you shut up over there? God,
it was never like that. It's just a little different energy around, basically like the player families, which got to officially meet Miles Murphy's mom.
Nice.
And Max took a picture of us and everything.
I haven't got to meet Max in person yet. I've talked to him on Space.
Max is such a good dude.
Max seems cool.
Mom and Dad Murphy were there, and then Max is kind of off, in the middle of the aisle, and he said, "Hey," I'm like, "Hey, he's more famous than Miles, you know that."
He is. Max is the man, dude. So I want to say this real quick too. I met some
tackling.
Hold on a second. Let me say this real quick. I met some New England fans Saturday night when we were at the beer sign holding competition, which unfortunately Cap wasn't able to join. It was fun. I finished third. But I did meet Taft, who he's from Rhode Island actually, and he was named Taft after our president from Ohio, William Howard Taft, and his girlfriend Michelle. They are awesome people. I hung out with them Saturday night. Nice. They came to the tailgate Sunday. He gave me crap the whole time about the Bengals and all that stuff, but he said, you know what, Cincinnati is awesome, and the hospitality was great. So. Taft, if you're watching the show or not, I appreciate meeting you and your girlfriend. It was awesome. It was a great time, and I hope you guys come back again. And maybe if we ever go to Boston to play the Patriots, I'll get to hang out with you guys again. But they are awesome. Not all New England fans were bad.
I met a good one too that I'll mention here in a second. But you said something about the tackling.
Mm-hmm.
One game this year, we graded above a 70 in tackling, and 70 is what you would expect out of a starter. You know
Yeah.
what game that was? Sunday.
This year? Oh,
Sunday.
well, there you go.
Yeah.
All right,
That was the highest tackling grade for the entire defensive unit, 75.5.
They played better.
Yep. The New York Jets was the next best at 68.2, which is a little deceiving because some of the big dumb stuff at the end of the game was more people being out of position.
Mm-hmm.
But 75.5. So it's like, I hate this. I hate this so much. It might be too late to get things together, but I had a
we reeled off 6 in a row last year. You never know, Cap. You never
know.
And
in chat,
Jackpot's coming back. Jackpot's coming back.
Paul Williams asked, if we finish 9-8, does Taylor keep his job? If we finish 9-8, I guarantee you, hell, if we finish 9-8, Taylor might get an extension. So, for what it's worth there.
I'll put it to you this way. Even if we do finish 9-8, something has to change. The proof is in the pudding as far as the drafting goes. That's my biggest thing. That's what I've been bagging on this whole time.
Yep.
The drafting. That has got to get better. You cannot miss on this many draft picks. No matter what happens the rest of the season, they have got to fix that. And there's no getting around it. And I hope Bengals beat writers, fans, and I'm not, you have to be nice about it. Don't call them dorks and all these other things you say. They've got to change that part of this organization.
Yes.
And scouting, I don't know, a GM, something. They've got to get better at drafting somehow.
Yeah, absolutely. That will not die no matter. We win the Super Bowl.
It won't
this
die.
Year,
I'll still bring it up.
Still, yes.
Yeah. We win the Super Bowl. The reason we win the Super Bowl is because of Joe Burrow. That's the reason. And he fixes a lot of stuff. You're still going to draft better.
Super Bowl this year, it's going to be because of Joe Burrow and the coaching staff, and people are going to hate it. Crip mentioned, hey, you shouldn't hate to say it, but he's like, I hate to say it, and I know you don't want to hear it. We're saying it too, man. Mm-hmm. Why can't the front office be run like the Rams organization?
I agree.
There's a lot, hearing people that have been around that organization, there is a lot to like about what they do. Now, I don't necessarily think it's good strategy. They essentially bought a Super Bowl.
They make it work, though.
And they needed huge home cooking referee help. They're honestly,
Logan Wilson flag was not a penalty.
We won that. If
we didn't win it, we should have won it. But
yeah, I would go crazy if I didn't believe it, because we played well enough that was the closest the Bengals have ever gotten. And Joe Burrow didn't necessarily have a great game. So this talk of hero ball from Burrow.
See, and that's the thing, dude, he's better now. He was. Now, this is going to be my caveat to Thursday night, is I think we can win this thing. The thing is, how good is Joe going to be? Because we know Joe historically starts slow. That's my worry. Now, he played all preseason. He played in 2 games, but he hasn't played since then. Did he lose all that? Or how much is that what he did?
I'm worried about that too.
Right. How much does that translate to Thursday night? And one other thing, recap real quick. Uno is coming back. Uno kills the Ravens, and he is chomping at the bit to play. He's gonna have a big game. How many times can Joe get him the ball? Those are the 2 big things. Caveats to me is how good is Joe going to play Thursday night? Is he going to be rusty, or is he's not going to be mid-season form? I'll take week 3, week 4, Joe. I'll take that. Are we going to have week 1, Joe? That's where I don't know what we're going to have Thursday. So we'll see.
I told a buddy of his about the VR training stuff, and who knows if it got to him? Who knows if he bought into it? I feel like it's probably not enough time to really get into it, but I'm doing my part, what I can, because
it's here for the people. He is talking to people who know Joe Burrow to help him out. See?
It's mental for me for Joe. That is my opinion. It's getting into, getting that clock going at the cadence it needs to go in order for him to do what he does.
So,
Yep.
question here. All right, Joe. I didn't see this on at the game, but Fox 19 put this out there that Joe left. I mean, he left. They were about to hike the ball at the end of the game. Then the game was over, and he left a little early, and he looked frustrated. Does that kickstart him going, F this? We should have, if I'm in there, we should have won. And how much does that just fuel him? Because dude, he's a competitor. He takes all this stuff and puts it in his little lockbox, like, okay, I'm going to use this at this time. I'm going to use this at this time to get himself mentally ready. Does that, the frustration of him, because he wanted to play Sunday. I don't think there's any doubt about it. I mean, he put it on Instagram before the Bengals even put it out there that he's playing today. He wanted to play Sunday. How much of that aggression of that he knows or he feels that if he was out there Sunday, we would have won? How much of that helps him?
I believe he believes that.
In that competitiveness.
I think he's right.
Yeah, and that competitiveness going into Thursday night, because he's going to have to use something. Because you haven't played in, 2 months, a month and a half, something like that. You're going to have to use something to fuel you even more, I think, even from the whole thing of coming back. So that's where I'm like, that's why I keep going back. I'm like, are we going to get Rusty Joe, or we're going to get, we're not getting mid-season Joe, but semi-mid-season Joe? I don't know.
It's a good question. Paul asked again, how will his processing defenses be? I don't know. He's capable. He's smart enough. He's an elite athlete. He's one of the best to ever do it. Like, I'll just come out and say it. He is also very unique.
Yeah.
And
I'd say this lovingly, he's a psychopath. I mean, he is. He is all, and that's where. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off again, Cap.
No, go. Never apologize.
That's where when people are like, just let him sit out the season. Like, no, you don't understand. Joe Burrow lives to play football. That's his life. That's what he does. He's not married. He doesn't have kids. His focus is football, and we're in football season. The dude wants to play. Yeah, he's going to play, and he wants to go out there in the Ravens. It's a divisional game. He wants to go out there and show them who he is. Remind everybody, especially this stupid New England fan that told me that May is better than Joe Burrow, which is completely just asinine. He was like, all right, you forgot about me? I'm going to show you something. That's his mentality. Can he do it? I think he can. We'll find out Thursday.
Oh, yeah. And, I can't say it enough that, I've studied genius and I've read books on, cognition.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I've read, but like I've admired a lot of geniuses, and there are a lot of geniuses who they are literally like one major life event away from being the scariest serial killer. So
Right.
when you say that, and if I ever agree with you or whatever, or say unique or weird, it's all out of love.
Yeah. It's a bad word, but that's the best way. Because all right, just look at how fast he came back from his toe injury. That everybody said he wasn't going to come back till the middle or end of December. People, he could have played last weekend.
Yeah. All those people that were like hate responding to any of my hope earlier, like, oh, he's done for the year. You're stupid.
Oh,
He's
God.
done for the year.
I heard that. Oh, I heard that too.
Wow.
I'm like, really? I'm like, do you know Joe Burrow? I'm like, and one thing he said too is, unfortunately, he's really good at understanding how to come back from ligament injuries. He said that in his press conference, which he is. I mean, I wish he wasn't, because I wish he wouldn't get hurt so much, but he is. So, I mean, he knows, he's got to where he knows, I guess, how much to push it and to pull it back so he doesn't hurt himself. He's gotten pretty good at that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Fro, yeah. Kinemias, Etsy witch. Hey, we might need it. And I will never root against the Bengals. I will never hope for a loss. But I mean, if we get better draft pick, better draft position with what went down this year, man, some of the conversations that I had last night were just there. There's some people that I respect a lot that have questions about Zach.
mhm.
And my retort is, anytime anybody brings it up, and there was I've been digging for some stuff. I think Cornell. What was with that third down play calling? It was terrible. I wanted to look because hey, was it really? Let's see. I can pick apart one or two plays any game. Andy Reid,
Anybody can.
Shanahan,
Yeah.
like, and sometimes it works. So I don't know if anybody that watched and locked on the TV, let me know the one third down that Flacco had. Number one, I don't know what he could have checked into. I don't know if it was a run. From my fleeting recollection, they were expecting run. They were ready for run. I don't know that run would have been necessarily the best choice, but to my left was yelling at Yoshi. Apparently Yoshi, he was wide open. I was looking at somebody else. I was looking at I think it was Gesicki. And apparently Yoshi was wide open and Flacco didn't see him. When it works, I mean, I've seen Andy Reid pull a 3rd and 18 draw, and Pacheco picked up 20 yards.
I've seen that too. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, people are like, oh my God, look, only Andy Reid, only Andy. Well, they converted it. Again, I'll say it a million times. Shanahan won 6 games because they took Christian McCaffrey away from him last year. It's like the Chiefs have Pat Mahomes, and they're barely squeaking by, and they're what? They're in 3rd place in their division.
They're 5. They're 6 and 5 now. There.
I mean, it is crazy. Fro, I think does have issues in each game. Sometimes clock management, sometimes being too aggressive, sometimes not aggressive enough, sometimes a weird play call. So I've said before, I have questions about the communication in the headsets and the timing of the plays. Now with Joe Flacco, I believe things are a little bit more difficult because he's new. I would think though, if it is an issue, like find a way. Are they going to blow everything up because when Burrow gets back, everything goes back to normal? I don't know. Now the problem is there's some fans who worry about the clock issue and think it's always the case. I go watch old film of Burrow, and he's breaking the huddle. He's got 15, 17 seconds. He's at the line of scrimmage. He's in shotgun. He's got all day long. It's not what I'm hearing stuff. I'm thinking, wow, is it really that bad? And I go look and I'm like, oh no, it's actually not. So, but I do, because of the nature of the communication, I don't know that a lot of people do it that way. Now maybe KC does, because they've got a similar situation where, supposedly the offensive coordinator doesn't call any plays. I know better. I know even in KC it happens there, but who knows? Who Dey, Chris? Being aggressive, not being aggressive enough. Again, we're talking like maybe 1 or 2 plays a game. And I personally am not. This is going to sound terrible. If Zach Taylor is a really good coach, but an elite coach would make 1 or 2 changes per game, and then we could be leading the division right now. I don't know if that's the right thing to do. We might think about the drama we've been through this year.
Yeah.
The
And
players out
and last 2 years.
The defense. I mean, I feel like we need more talent. I feel like we need more.
We need more talent. Dude,
I've
I've said that a million times, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, they need more talent. I mean, that's where I go back to. Even let's just say it happens, and the Bengals reel off the last 6 games, and they win all of them like they did last year, and they finished 9-8. They're still and they don't make the playoffs, or even if they do make the playoffs, you shouldn't have been in that position because this is what I've said, Cap. I said the Bengals front office believed that they had a playoff caliber team because if they didn't believe that, they would have not went out and traded for Joe Flacco. They believed that. So, to me, you just go back and look at what you thought you had and what you actually have on the field. It doesn't take a rocket scientist, it doesn't take a genius to figure out you don't have enough talent on that side of the ball. You have sorely missed on a lot of these draft picks. Either you shouldn't have drafted them or you can't develop them. Now, they thought, in my opinion, that Lou Anarumo could not develop them. So they fired him and brought Al Golden in. And I'm not throwing any shade on Al Golden. I think it was a tough draw for Al Golden to take all these guys that they hadn't got as much out of them that they thought they would. And in a couple months, stir some stuff up and go, ta-da, they're going to play a whole lot better. It takes a while to do that. I think we saw progress Sunday, but we're 11 weeks into this thing. This is where the Bengals process is going, all right, well, I think Al Golden can do this, but let's help him out a little bit. Let's draft guys that are plug-and-play players. Let's go out and get some free agents that can help him out. Let's not just put it all on this dude and go, you know what? There you go. You got to fix it. That's not reality. And that's what the Bengals did. And I said this a million times. I saw their plan. I didn't like their plan. Well, I hoped it worked. It hasn't worked. I mean, even if I think they're going to start playing better. I do. I think Joe Burrow is going to give them influx. I think Sunday's going to give them influx just for what Geno Stone said after Sunday, that he can't wait till Thursday, yada, yada, yada. I think they're going to play better these last 6 games. I really do. That still doesn't mean that everything's fine. That's where they have, and I hope to God that they don't go, all right, we're good, because we've seen that in the past, and they did it last year. Even though Duke Tobin said, I don't want to pay for the same team I had last year. Well, you didn't. You paid for a worse one. That's where this has got to change. And you can bring our coach in here. So, go ahead. I did a thing. I did a reel saying, Flores or Gruden. I'm not calling. Through that video, I wasn't calling for Zach Taylor's job. I'm just saying, hey, I'll throw this out there. Cool. You bring those guys in here. Are they going to make these guys play better that we haven't got to play better in the last 2 years? Are they going to be the difference? I don't think so. You got to draft better players. That's the thing. I don't care what happens the rest of the season. You can see what you have. And if the Bengals don't, I hate hearing the word stubbornness. It's just lazy. I like it. It just, you got to work harder. You got to work harder to get this. And that's the point where I'm at, Cap. I hate the word lazy or stubborn. I don't hate the word lazy. I hate the word stubborn because I'm tired of that. That's just a cop. Oh, they're stubborn. No, they just don't want to work. They don't want to work that hard. You might have to work harder. You have less scouts. You got to work harder. You got less people in your front office. You got to work harder. You only got 2 people negotiating contracts. Well, you know what? You got to work harder. If you don't want to work harder, go hire some people. Go hire some more people in front office. Go hire some more scouts. If you don't want to do the work, then go get help. And that's where I'm at. Like, it's not lazy. It's not stubbornness. It's laziness. Go get help. You know what? If you don't want it, then work harder. Outwork everybody else. That's what it takes to win in the NFL. That's what it takes to win in life. You got to outwork everybody. You want to be Bengals captain? You want to be where he's at? Go work. Go do what you have to do to gain that. You have to work at this life. And that's where it feels like they're not working hard enough to do this. They're like, well, we don't have enough scouts.
So Chop, the Bengals, they're getting better tackling. I know it's going to throw some narratives. It's going to suck, but they're getting better tackling. They scored over 10 points higher than the Detroit Lions Sunday for tackling. Their tackling grade was over 10 points higher. And in fact, as far as the grade yesterday, the Lions on defense have only graded tackling higher than that once.
Hold on. I want to answer this question here. Paul says Flacco was also a fan thing. I don't think so. They would not have given up. They hold draft picks. They would not trade it for Joe Flacco just because we wanted them to. When did they do anything that we want them to do?
The coaches wanted Flacco.
Either way, somebody wanted them, and they did it. They if they didn't think they could win with Flacco, they wouldn't have done it. If they didn't think they had that, we'll just keep afloat until Joe Burrow comes, because they thought Joe Burrow was going to come back sooner, and he is. They thought they could have stayed afloat, won a couple games, and stayed in this thing, and they have to win the rest of them. It's not a fan thing. They I love the Bengals. They don't care what I say. they don't care. So it's not a I don't think I believe they don't make that move unless they believe he helps the team and they think they can win.
So let me rattle off the third down stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for me, third and short, I always want a QB sneak.
Me too.
I do.
I agree with that.
I feel like it's off the table right now with Flacco because of the shoulder.
Yeah.
I get it. It
well,
hurts.
they did it once. They did do it once yesterday.
Yeah, they did it once. Not sure they, should they have done it again? Like,
I think that third and short. Yeah, I think they should have. But
that's what I was hoping for. I really was. I am 90% certain that there was a run that Flacco could have checked to. He didn't. That's just my opinion. That's my thought based on what I know about the Bengals. If it's not, shit. But it's typical. It's typical that there is a run pass, in most of them, unless it's like an obvious. If we're looking at 3rd and 15, then yeah, it's going to be longer. But if I'm looking at these by length to go, sorted highest to lowest. So 3rd and 23, I saw one of the most fun things I've seen in a long time, and I really, really hope that's not the last time we see it. But
the lateral, yeah, that was cool.
Yep. T. Higgins, no gain. Lateral Chase Brown, 17 yards. 3rd and 23, we get 17.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, holy cow. That could have been something. Now, that time, and we did not go for that, did we? We punted on that.
No, we punted it after that. No. I wish
that was the second.
We're on this side of the 50, so no, we didn't.
Yeah. And people were, again, I saw comments on X, like, why didn't we go for it? Like, we're like 10 yards short of midfield on one. I'm like, no.
And we're still in that game. It was still a close game, so it's like just
you don't want to swing momentum, that especially in a fragile team. Now you get a team that is like the Lions are loaded with talent, and I feel like when you've got that level of confidence in these dudes just being maulers, hey, then the play calling changes. When we're in rhythm, it does. 3rd and 18, penalty on Gesicki, false start.
That killed us.
Actually, yeah, and that's what led to the 3rd and 23. So
Yeah.
think about it. 3rd and 18, and if they would have got 17 yards, hey, 4th down would have been different. 3rd and 10, obvious passing situation. Flacco incomplete, deep middle intended for Tinsley. If I remember that was a kind of a rough throw, like way off. Yeah. That was brutal. But that was 27 seconds left. 3rd and 8, passing complete, deep left, intended for Yoshi. Don't remember that one. That was still that same drive, 58 seconds left. So whatever. They marched down the field. 3rd and 5, Flacco incomplete, short right, intended for Gesicki. 3rd and 5, short, quick throw. I remember this one. He's got to throw a better ball. That could have been easily converted. 3rd and 5 again, Flacco sacked for 10 yards.
That one hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, Chase Brown had a good day, but I remember
103 yards, I think.
For the big gains, yeah, then there were some where he's like contacting the backfield, and
right.
It's not a guarantee.
But they stuck with it. That's the thing too, because everybody keeps getting upset that Jack goes away from the run. They stuck with it yesterday.
And again, that's not as true as some people think. You've got to look at the game. I feel like we just, because of talent acquisition and drafting, we've never had just a dominant team, just top to bottom best. We haven't. Preseason, you've never heard the Bengals have the best roster in the NFL.
Nope.
And if it happened, it's not been with Burrow.
Nope.
It's been a long time.
I'll go back to the Andy Dalton years when we had that offensive line, that defensive line, and AJ Green. And
I feel like 2015 there was some love for the roster, but if you
had Joe Burrow, I mean, no shade on Andy Dalton, but you had Joe Burrow with that offensive line, that defensive line, AJ Green, Mohamed Sanu, Marvin Jones.
Yeah,
ooh, that'd be nice. That's what kills me is I've seen Duke draft like that. But he hasn't done it here lately.
But it's kind of rare. So yeah, if we're in the running for like top 5 in talent in the NFL, then yeah, we can get greedy. We can expect this and that, but we judge our team as if we do have a top.
So Chris has got a question here. He wants to know, which I'm not hearing anything.
Nothing.
Maybe you are. Well, yeah. What do you hear about Burton?
Same old. Like I'm hearing that it's just not the level of effort. And
I'm to the point is, why is he on the roster? I mean, put him on practice squad or something. I mean, and that goes back to another just busted draft pick. And I met the guy. He was nice as hell to me. I mean, he can be a nice guy, but if you don't put the effort in, which we thought he was in training camp, but he can't get on the field. Now, McKinley Jackson got on the field yesterday. I saw
he had a good pass rush grade, so that's good to see.
I'm happy for. I wanted him to play all year because I thought he was pretty good last year.
I saw some people who have some connections questioning the effort to get on the field, and apparently there's been some improvements there. So hey, good to hear, because if he can add some juice to the pass rush, that's great. But so the third downs are a lot. 3rd and 4, Flacco to Gesicki for 13 yards. Bingo. The only real question that I think anybody had, again, one play on the 3rd and short, and then not going for it on, what would that have been? They'd have been at what, the 40, or
which one are you talking about?
The 3rd and short
at the last drive, or which one you got now?
One of the later drives. We were on our side of the field.
Okay.
And it's like,
I don't remember which one that was.
The defense was actually playing well.
Mm-hmm.
And they did what they needed to do. What if we would have had converted that? The way the offense played, there's no telling that. Okay, great. They would have been able to punt.
One thing I do want to point out, and I've given this guy a lot of praise, but Dax Hill did have a rough game yesterday. I will say that he got at least 2 pass interference calls on him. I know people were complaining about the one in our end zone, and they showed on the replay. They showed where he was the end of the play. That one I saw it live when the guy made the cut. He grabbed him. That was so it was a pass interference on Dax. And then the other one was the deep pass, another one where he got beat and he grabbed him and tried to turn him. So I think Dax Hill is still gonna be a good cornerback. He just had a bad day yesterday, unfortunately.
You're gonna have that. Again, the calls at the end were an absolute joke.
Exactly.
Absolute joke.
But that touchdown pass by Tinsley was awesome. And I like that Tinsley was getting more reps now. It helped that Chase wasn't out there, and toward the end that T wasn't out there. I would still like him, even with Gesicki back. I would still like to see him out there some more. Try to give him some more play, because every time he's out there, man, you throw it up, that dude is hungry and he's making plays. So that's another weapon. And the thing is, like, I like Yoshi. I don't necessarily know if Yoshi's a slot guy. I think Tinsley could be a slot guy. Yoshi's more outside. Moving forward, I wouldn't mind them trying to put Tinsley more in the slot and see what we got with him. That would be interesting to see, just because I think the dude deserves it. And again, yeah, I'm saying we could roll off 6 in a row and be 9-8. That might not happen. The whole point of this last part here is, as what I said last year, find out what you got. Tinsley's the guy. They should find out what they got with him. So I think he should definitely get some more playing time. That's for sure. Cap, we're already an hour and 1 minute into this. You got any more questions you want to get to, or any final words you want to say before we get the heck out of here?
No, I was just curious. I was going to look for that 3rd and 1, 13 minutes, 10 seconds left. You give me 1 second. That was a 4th quarter. I said 13. See, I have not had a chance to look at anything. I think I posted like 2 things, and it's always weird because I'm sure somebody
I didn't
already
post much of anything today. I was busy.
And Fro said earlier, like mentally exhausted.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like I'm almost, well, not almost. I am apathetic. I mean, I want them to win. I'm going to cheer my ass off for them to win. This guy's the one's like, now Thursday night, I will tell you, Thursday night with getting Joe Burrow back, I'm going to
be huge.
I'm going to have some more juice. I'm like, it kind of brings me back. Like, all right, we got our boy back. We got our franchise quarterback back. I'm ready to see some stuff. But like I said earlier in this broadcast, I'm a little leery about it because I don't know if we're going to see Joe Burrow at the beginning of the season, because like I said, Joe's a little rusty. He doesn't get off to good starts. Hence why the team, which that's what's crazy about this whole thing, this whole year. We actually got off to a good start. We're 2-0. We won 1 game since then. It says, you gotta be kidding me. The whole offseason, we gotta get off to a good start. We did. You say what you want about the games. Yes, they didn't look great, but we won them. And then Joe got hurt. And son of a bitch, we're 3-8 now. Like, holy crap. I'll never bitch about slow start again. Exactly. I'm like, it's like we can't have nice things. It's like we wanted, the whole thing before that was like, all right, we want a healthy Joe Burrow. All right, we had that last year, and we got off to a slow start. All right, this year, healthy Joe Burrow, and get off to a good start. We had both of them, and then they got hurt. It's like, son of a, like, you know what? My God, I just want to win the Super Bowl. Can I please win the Super Bowl, please? Not me, just the Bengals. I just want to win the Super Bowl. At least once. You know. Did you find that yet?
Yeah. Oh God. It just
and
there's, I'm not gonna bother showing, but he had wide open looks. Oh man. Oh God. He just had a rough. Flacco had a rough game. Rough day.
I told you that at the end of the game. Flacco had a rough game. He did.
Gesicki had a first down. I'm pulling up the all 22 right now, just to look. But yeah, he had a couple of options. Like honestly, I've got no problems with that play. We just got to execute. It wasn't even a difficult throw. He had a dude running alone.
Again, that's where I don't think his arm was there.
His arm and if I got to guess, I feel like the arm has led to different processing times with.
I'm laughing at Fro's comment here. Me trying to tell myself not to give up on life. If I die and the Bengals win a Super Bowl, I'll be so pissed. We'll be up in heaven like, stop, put me back down. I want to be down there. I don't want to be up here. What the hell?
Oh, my sensor button. I had to disconnect because I was having issues with the software. I was pressing my sensor button.
Bro's awesome. I love Bro. All right, Cap. Any final words of wisdom before we get the hell out of here on a late night delight?
Hey, love y'all. I love Who Dey with y'all. Y'all are all we've got right now. So times like this, hey, we'll be at the game. We'll hug it out. We'll take pics. We'll have some fun. It's not what we're looking for on the field, but oh damn.
She said she's hunting the brown and blackbirds. Hey, tell them to draft better. Oh my goodness. Hey, that's a good
Appreciate
point.
Script.
Cap, that's a good point. That's it. Like, we are all in this together with the Bengals. If you are a true Bengal fan, you would not jump off. We're in this.
And I won't get into details.
This sucks, but
my game experience and then the after game was one of the most incredible times I've ever had in Cincinnati.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to hang out with you after the game more often.
I mean, never in my life would I think I would get to experience some of the stuff that I have as a fan. And it has nothing to do with the costume. It has nothing to do with ownership. It has nothing to do with Zach. This is just, I mean, we've got some good people playing for this team, and it's hard not to get frustrated because I want to see them succeed.
Yeah.
And yes, Chris, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
Enjoy it. I really hope our favorite team doesn't ruin because they're hurt.
They're not. They're going to win, Cap. I'm speaking into existence. They're going to win. They're going to win. All right, Cap. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for hanging out on a late night. I hope you get your work stuff situated, and I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, my friend.
Yes, sir. We'll talk to you later. Who Dey?
I'll see you next Monday. Who Dey? All right, guys. As always, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Cap is awesome. You guys, anytime you see him or just go down there, say hi, take a picture, and just talk to them. They're normal people. They're great people. And stop giving them crap on Twitter. That's driving me nuts. It's Twitter. We're Bengals fans. Get along. It's craziness. Anyway, thanks for watching. I've been live streaming on YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitch, and also Instagram. Hello, Instagram. You can follow me on all those long threads and TikTok. Also, check out my Substack. I did write an article today. So make sure you guys go check it out. It's on Substack. I will be pulling off the sound later on tonight, putting it on the podcast. It's on BeanPod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Do me a favor. Listen to it, rate it, like it, review it. Leave a 5-star review and a comment so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast.
All right, shout out to my sponsors. They are Priority Lawn and Landscaping for all your lawn and landscaping needs. You need your grass cut, you need shrubbery trimmed, I don't know, you need a paper patio, you need anything. I mean anything. Landscaping required. Think Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Also, shout out to T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And of course, Meyer Window, Door, and more. I got it in my house. I highly recommend you get them in yours. They're energy efficient, great looking windows, easy to clean. Meyer Window, Door, and more. The website is MeyerCincinnati.com. And also shout out to my favorite brewery, Moorline Lager House. Get on down there, get you some delicious Moorline beer, some delicious Moorline food. And tell them I sent you. Moorline Lager House.
Again, we had a great time this past Sunday. Make sure you guys show up the next time we were down there, which we will not be down there for Thanksgiving. Everybody go home, enjoy your Thanksgiving, eat some turkey, eat some ham, eat some stuffing, have a great time, and root on the Bengals to beat the Ratbirds on Thursday. Now, I told you guys last week I was on vacation this week. The grandbaby should be born this week or next week, so I'm on vacation. Anyway, I have a show scheduled for Wednesday at 12 o'clock. That might be the only show I do the rest of the week. We'll see what happens. Tomorrow is Mrs. Ice's birthday, so I am going to be hanging out and spending the day with her. So I'll be doing some reels or some different stuff on Twitter and YouTube. So make sure, as always, you guys like, subscribe, share, and remember one thing and one thing only. That is Who Dey for life. And everybody throw it up. This means BWO, Bengals World Order. I'll see you guys Wednesday. Happy Thanksgiving. That's just sports, baby. See ya!
Another great show. You guys still here? The show's over. You can come back tomorrow. I'm out of here. See ya.